Hey, my name is Ali and I have been in the architectural visualization industry for more than 7 years. You can see my profile right now on your screen. This is all amazing work I have done in 3ds Max, Corona Render Engine, and some of the things are made in the Marvelous Designer. So in this very special course, which is 100% free, I will be working on the Marvelous Designer, which is a very powerful tool to create architectural furniture, specifically sofas, bed, cushions, and we'll be using 3ds Max as well. So I hope you will enjoy this course. We'll start from the very basic sketch where we will be modeling the base frame in 3ds Max. Then we will import that mesh to Marvelous Designer and we will create all the fabric within the Marvelous Designer. So once we are done with the Marvelous Designer, we'll bring back the our model back to 3ds Max and we will unwrap it and we will apply materials over there. So this is going to be a very exciting journey. I hope you will enjoy it, and for this all you need to do is 2 to 3 hours of work, and you will have to a little bit basic knowledge of 3ds Max and Marvelous Designer. If you don't know Marvelous Designer, doesn't a big problem. Just visit my Udemy channel. You will find another free course that is all about from scratch to advanced Marvelous Designer, and yeah, I hope you will enjoy it. Thank you. Hey everyone, my name is Ali, and in this video we are going to learn how we can create this amazing and beautiful looking chair in 3ds Max and Marvelous Designer. So we have a reference image here and we are going to create the whole project from this image. So I will make it very simple, very clear, very easy for you guys to understand, so we do not waste a lot of time hanging around. So we'll get started right away. So first of all, let's decide what are the dimensions. So maybe we can consider this image. So this is I'm taking a screenshot for my own reference. This is not something you must have to do, but this is something you should be doing before modeling anything. So you should have in the mind that what exactly you are gonna model or what are the actual dimensions. So let's say from this point to this point it is about 2.5 feet. Well, fair enough. So before we proceed, I'm assuming that you guys have a little bit knowledge of AutoCAD, of 3ds Max, and you have Marvelous Designer installed in your laptop. So this is going to help us a lot, being honest. And yeah, so we have considered this dimension to be 2.5 and the same as this one as well. So this one and this one should be 2.5 and 2.5. Okay, so let's get started. So first of all, we have to go customize unit setup, and we have to select the centimeters, system units. We have to select the centimeters. So make sure you select the metric and select the centimeters and press OK. Perfect. And there we have. So yeah, let's go to the top view and let's create a cylinder. And let's make the height from this point to this point, maybe 2 feet. Maybe we can change it later on, but for now I'll be making it 2 feet. So let's make it 60, which is equal to 2 feet. A little bit like up and down, but and radius should be 1. Let's try with 1, and let's see how does this look like. So I'm pressing G to turn off the grid, and I'm pressing F3 to show the wireframe view, F4 to show the shaded view with edges. Alright, looks good. Couple of changes we are gonna do in this center. First of all, sides should be 6 for now, because we can change them later on, and the height segment should be 1. So just enter 1, height segment is 1, and sides are 6. So I'm looking it from the top view, and I think this is a little bit thicker, so I'm making it a thinner version, 0.75 centimeter. Now looks good, to be honest. And come to the top view, let's make it center line. So I just clicked move tool, W, and then I clicked here. I right click here to bring it to the center. Okay, press shift plus J, J for junky maybe, or to deselect or to hide this square grid. Alright, press G to hide this grid. Okay, now just right click on it and say clone as instance. Okay, now we have 2 cylinders over there. So right click and move, click on the move, this little box, move, and on the x-axis let's move 2.75 feet. This is the fit icon. Since our units are in centimeters, so it is gonna convert the units automatically to centimeters. Either we put units, either we put the fits or inches. So I have added 2.5 feet. Sorry, yeah, boom. So it has copied. Just zoom it out and you can see it there. Alright, perfect. Let's select them, clone again, instance. Okay, now right click, move again, and now move it on the y-axis. It should be 2.5 feet, and here we have. Perfect. So we have these 4 legs right now, this one, this one, this one, and that one. So if you can see, the back side one is a little higher, so little taller actually. So let's select these guys here and let's select this, make unique, and the same one, make unique. Otherwise, since they are instance, so if we change the dimensions of one, the other will be changed. So making it unique will not affect others if we change the dimensions of one. So let's make it, we made it I think 2 feet, which was like 60 centimeters. Let's make it 75 maybe, and this guy too. Let's see from the left. Yeah, I think that's pretty much enough. F3 to see the shaded view, F4 to see the edges as well. So the next step is gonna be, we are going to copy this guy here. Okay, we are in the front, select this guy here, front again, shift move and make it instance maybe, and now we are going to rotate. I pressed E, or you can select this guy here and rotate. Sorry, just make sure you select this guy here, which is I think blue in color, and if you press A it will, once you have to press once A, it will angle snap, which means right now you can see it is being snapped 85, 90 or 100 with the difference of 5 degrees. But if angle snap is off, you will see randomness, and you will have to be very precise. So I press A, and you can see this angle snap is being enabled here. If you press A, it will be disabled again. So make sure you have this guy enabled and rotate it like this. W to rotate, and let's see where it is. Yes, in the middle almost. Okay, good. Now you can see this is appear to be a little shorter. So what we can do here is we can make it unique. Since it is a copy, its instance, if we change one, all others will be changed. So let's make it unique. And now if we change, nothing is gonna be affected. So yeah, that much is enough. And let's go to the top view, select this guy again and copy it to the back side as well. Make it instance and bring it here. Looks good to me. And then we have to create the sides. Let's select this guy, press F, and just make an instance. And now if you see from the top, all we have to do is just rotate and move it in the middle like this. Okay, move it slightly downwards. So now we are actually making this guy here. Okay. And shift again instance. Okay. Perfect. And now come to the left view and select both of these and bring them down here. Instance. So let's snap this. I'm pressing S to snap it to the right position. Alright. And definitely we have one in the back as well. So let's copy it, make it instance. Alright. We can fix this thing later on, but for now I think this seems to be pretty good. Okay, one more thing I just realized, that this guy is little upside, not that much close. Let's save this file. And see you in the next video. So Welcome back again in the next video. In this video, we're going to do a little modifications in this basic frame. But before we do that, I am just realizing it that this guy here is too skinny, too thin. Let's make it a little thicker and fuller. I'm making it the parameters to all the cylinders to 1. So yeah, I think that was pretty fast, right? So the next thing is I'm going to select this guy here and apply edit poly modifier, and I am going to delete this face here, which you can see here, this guy here, because we are going to weld this within this cylinder. This is a little bit advanced technique, so I would recommend watching it carefully. So I have applied edit poly to this cylinder, and I will go to selection and we will select the polygon. So if you don't see edit poly modifier here, just select the cylinder and search the modifier list here. Press ED and you will be able to see edit poly. So come back to the edit poly, select this polygon selection and delete this guy. Cool. And select this backside and delete this as well. So I am sure that if these two were instances, so it will be deleted from here as well. Yeah, that's the advantage of instance. So the next part which we are going to do is I'm going to select this guy here and apply edit poly modifier here again and attach. So let's see, we have attached this. Perfect. Looks good. So for the moment, I am going to isolate this guy. This little button here you see, or the shortcut key is Alt Q. It will isolate. And now let's select the vertex. And I selected the back view, and let's do some magic. Let's select the cut. So I was thinking that if we can modify it like this. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I just selected this guy here, and let's rotate this. It will be easier for us, you know. So you can see it is very well aligned. It will be easy for us to cut and to weld. So I will explain in a couple of seconds why actually we are cutting this or welding this. That will be pretty helpful for you guys. So I'm going to cut this vertical cylinder with a little gap. To here. And to this point. Okay, so now you can see we have cut a face or an edge right around what we have, what is going inside actually. So let's select the face, this guy, press F3 so you can see inside. So we don't need this guy here, delete it. This guy, delete it. And this guy, delete it. So you have to be very careful. Now if you see, let's select this face and delete. And now if you see from the inside, let's move the vertices, this guy, and make sure you move it on the right axis. So I am moving it on the x-axis. Good. Sorry, it was y-axis. Good. So you can clearly see the inside part, we are making it hollow. So this is a little tricky part and you have to be very careful. And here. So this is what we have done. We have actually made a groove or a cut. Let's select this guy and this guy, sorry, and snap it over there. Select this guy, snap it over there. You actually don't need snap, but still it is a good. Okay, so now everything is snapped. Let's select this guy and weld and make it 0.1 maybe. That is fine. Okay, so if we apply turbo smooth modifier here, just deselect the vertices selection and apply turbo smooth. Wow, that is crap. So right now it goes like this. Let's turn off the turbo smooth and add some edges over here so that we can control the turbo smooth. I hope you have a little bit idea about the turbo smooth. It actually smooths the edges or vertices. Come back again here, select this vertex and let's cut again from here. Okay, let's make it from, okay, hold on. Let's slide it a little bit down. Make sure you don't do this. If you do this from the middle, it is gonna be destroyed. So make sure you select the proper axis which you are actually moving. Back again to cut. Okay, looks good. Let's keep this cut going. Come to the front. Just make sure we have the vertices selected, okay? So it will need definitely a little bit practice. And let's select these edges and connect. So make sure to bring it this towards this side, very near to the joint. Okay, so this will actually connect. And now if we apply turbo smooth, you can see how smooth this this joint is. This is how actually we want. So in the next section I will be doing this to all of the joints, so you don't have to watch all of me doing all of this thing to all of the joints. So I will be skipping the video and I will be back again once all the welds are done. See you soon. Hey, back again. So in the previous video we discussed about welding some edges. So in this section I have welded all the edges and I have saved this combined joints model in the in the file section you can download and you can start. I told you this is not 100% compulsory part. You can skip this joint section if you think that's a little difficult, or if you think that you can do without that, that's totally fine. You can skip that part, and then we proceed to the next section. So let's apply turbo smooth here, and you can see there is a lot going on. For example, these points, and these points. So if we increase the iteration of turbo smooth, make it 2, still we see a lot of stupid edges. You can see here. All right, so just delete turbo smooth for now. So first of all, we need to understand what actually turbo smooth is. I hope you have an understanding of how does turbo smooth work, but let's say we have a box here and you are looking that box from the front. So when you apply turbo smooth, it will round the edges like this. It will make them smooth, very smooth like this. So if you have good controllers, like if you have small edges like this one, then it will smooth like this, 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 and this. And if you have further smaller edges, let's say like this one, sorry, so now turbo smooth will be applied only this part. This is how turbo smooth will look like. So that's something very important you guys need to understand. So right now we don't see a very close edges, and when we apply turbo smooth, this whole part goes very smooth. So let's add some controlling edges. I'm here in the front view. Select this edge and this edge and apply connect. Let's make it 2 and add a little gap somewhere here. Let's see. Okay, perfect. And for the top part, let's select this face and this face and press insert. Let's make it 0.25. Okay, and click on plus icon. And once more, press OK. And now if we apply turbo smooth, let's see how it looks like. Okay, now you can see it looks much better than before. So let's do the same thing here. I'm going to hide that turbo smooth, select edit poly, select edges, press F4 to show the edges, select this guy, press connect, and press OK. Here we are. So now select this. Maybe we can delete this as well because we don't really need it, but let's see how it looks like now. Okay, but for the, you can say for the safety, we can select all the caps in the bottom, and let's go to the bottom view and press R and scale it. R is for scale. Scale it like this. Once I am holding shift, so I like this. Let's see if all others are doing good. Yes, perfect. And now if I apply turbo smooth, let's see. Perfect. Looks really good. Now let's fix this guy here at the top. Select this, R, top view, and scale it down. I'm holding shift and scaling it down. Perfect. Once more. And now press Control and vertices. Control and vertices. It will select the vertices and now weld these. Perfect. And let's apply the turbo smooth now. Perfect. Looks really good. Alright, that's it for this lecture. See you in the next one. Bye. Alright, so in this video, we are going to create a little bit base where we will be making this fabric. So let's get started. So before we make this base, this guy here, let's make you can see a little strips inside. So instead of little strips, let's make a box, a small box, which we can delete later. But right now, this is just for reference, you can say. All right, let's make it like 6 by 6 by 6. Height segment can be 3. Press F4 to see the shaded view. Height segments can be 3. And let's make it 12 by 12. And apply turbo smooth. So you can search the modifiers from here on the list. I have added them here. You can also add these modifiers whichever you want by clicking this guy here and click on configure modifier set and simply just search, drag and drop here and press OK and then click again and show buttons. So probably you will be seeing your modifier panel like this, but once you click over here and apply show buttons, it will show all the buttons which you selected. Alright, increase the iteration matrix, turbo smooth. Okay, decrease the height to 2, maybe 1.5. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's pretty fine. Okay, now let's create the box. Let's see the dimensions. Okay, we create a box. It should be 75 by 75 by 20 maybe. We place it here. Press top view. Move it front side. So let's make it 15. Alright. Pressed F4 to see the edge view, and for now let's make it 1 by 1 by 1. Press edit poly and change the color so we can see it clearly. Press top view, select this guy, connect. Okay, select these guys, connect. Okay, now select the faces, delete, select the faces, delete. I will explain why I deleted this. So I clicked here the plus icon so I can come out of edit poly mode. In the top, let's mirror this as an instance. Okay, and select these two and instance again, but now on the y-axis. Okay, and move it here. So make sure we have all the four are instance to each other, which means if we do changes in one of them, all the four will see those changes. So let's select this guy here and apply the edge, this, and let's select chamfer. Press try, increase. Let's make it 4. Okay, 3.5. All right. The top view, connect. Okay. Let's press Ctrl Z for the moment. Okay. And select these edges and press connect. 1, 2, 2 maybe. Select these, connect. Okay. Now select this edge, allow chamfer it. Select try and chamfer it here. Maybe 4.5. Alright. Let's select this face and press grow. Now I pressed front, W for move it slightly upward. Cool. Let's shrink this guy and move it a little more upside. And let's select the vertex and move this guy slightly down, and this one too. So we have a perfect smoothing line. Select this, turbo smooth, and we have a perfect shape which we actually wanted. Let's see. Yeah, seems good, but I think from the bottom side we should move it a little bit as well. F4, select this face, row, and move it a little down. Not much, a little down. See the turbo smooth? Perfect. So we can try one thing and see if that looks good. We can keep. If it doesn't, then we can delete. We can select these edges, all these edges, and press connect and add one. Okay, front side, select this guy, move it outside, and left, select this guy, move it outside, just to give a little bit of curvature. I think this seems much better, being honest. And let's turn off the turbo smooth and see. Being honest, I'm pretty satisfied what we have right now. But let's try one more thing. Select this edge and select ring. It will be under the selection. Connect. Okay. And let's move it slightly to this side. Okay, let's Control Z and let's see how it goes. I think it was not needed, being honest. No need. So I'm pressing Control backspace. Make sure you press both of the buttons together. Control backspace. If you press backspace, it will be deleted, but it will have the vertices here. So it is better if you press Control backspace. Now I press Control backspace and you can see there are no vertices left. All right. So let's unisolate this from here and see. Move it a little bit up. I'm pressing R, scale it a little bit down, press W to move it down. Okay, looks good. Just trying to move it a little up. I will explain why. So now at this moment I can delete this because we are going to move this mesh to Marvelous Designer. I think that seems good. And now in the next video, we'll move this mesh into Marvelous Designer and we do the rest of the things over there. So see you in the next video. Bye. Hey, welcome back again. So in this video, we'll be learning about the Marvelous Designer and we'll be importing our model which we recently created here in 3ds Max. We'll bring that model into Marvelous Designer. So before we bring it up, I think we can attach these, or even if you don't, that is not a big deal, but let's do it. Select this, disable turbo smooth, select edit poly, and let's right click, select all, right click, convert to editable poly, select one of these, press attach, boom, 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 disable attach. Now select the borders, select the borders, although they are attached, but you can see still we have open borders, and if we select one of them and move it, so this is actually what's happening. So what we'll do, we can select the vertices, select all the vertices and press weld, and okay, so now let's get back to the borders, and now we don't see any borders, which means everything is welded perfectly. Now apply turbo smooth, perfect, unisolate, and let's bring it in the middle. Okay, from the top as well, just randomly. It will help us in Marvelous Designer. So file, first of all I would like to save it. So and save an incremental version just for you guys, so you can open whenever needed. Okay, now I will select this file, export, export selected, and we call it, we save it as obj format, and we'll be saving it in the right place. Let's call this folder, sorry, export chair, export for Marvelous Designer. Perfect, just leave everything as it is. Done. So this is Marvelous Designer, this is how it looks like. I have another course that is 100% free for everyone, and if you see that has very basic information for the Marvelous Designer, but still will be doing a little bit introduction. So this part here, this white screen, this is 2D, and this thing here, this is all 3D. And the first thing you have to do is go to the settings, user settings, and view controls, and select 3ds Max from here, and in the user interface select centimeters, because we have had units centimeters in 3ds Max, and here too it should be in 3ds Max and centimeters. Then you will close it and you will restart. Marvelous Designer. Since I have the unit set up already, so I'm not going to restart, but if you did it for the first time, I would highly recommend doing it. And now press File, Import OBJ, and let's go to the folder where we actually exported from 3ds Max. I'll open it. Okay. Okay. So I didn't touch any settings. I didn't go or change anything by default while importing it. So here we have. Perfect. So first of all, I would like to make this thing which we have in the sides and maybe in the back as well. Okay. So this section here, I explained you this is 2D. I would recommend if you watch the other tutorial that is 100% free, but that has very basic information. This is a little bit mid-level course where you will be learning a little advanced, not very basic. So I'm assuming that you know a little bit about the Marvelous Designer. So let's start with the rectangle and let's draw it. Okay, we have it here. Let's rotate this. I'm pressing shift to rotate it. So whatever I do here, I move, I rotate, or I scale it, will not affect this guy here. So that's something you have to keep in mind. Okay. So if we bring it here, I think it will work, being honest. So let's bring it a little down. Perfect. Okay, the next thing is we are going to change some settings in the fabric. This is our fabric which you are seeing on my screen. Just select this guy here and change the particle distance from 20 to 8. And now let's press space first and then see how it goes. Okay, perfect. So we need to move this guy here. So I just press space again so simulation can stop and I can see more clearly. So I will press space again. This is the icon, the yellow thing. That simulation is working. So now I can touch the fabric, or I can move it, or I can do whatever I want. So the next part would be I can drag this guy here. So that it falls down. Come on, yeah, you can do it. Okay, yeah. Perfect, it's coming. And come on, come on. So this is a tricky part. You have to be very patient. And come on, yeah, here we go. Perfect. So now you can see it is a slightly bigger. We will be sewing these, we'll be stitching these guys, but it is slightly bigger. So maybe just click here on this guy and shorten it. Okay, I think we did it from the wrong side. So let's do it from this side. Yeah, and this side as well. Okay. Now let's click on segment sewing. Once again, I would request, if you are very new to Marvelous Designer, I would recommend watching the other video. That's like 2 hours complete course in very detail, and that will be more explanatory, I hope. Press space, and here we go. Boom. This is now stitched and it seems perfect. The next thing which we are going to do to add a little detail, I'll select this guy, and in this shrink, that's 100%. So shrinkage is basically a property, which means right now this fabric is 100% in this side and in this side. But you know, sometime when you wash the cloth, it is a very real-time software. So whenever you wash a cloth, it gets shrinked because of the water when you wash it for the very first time. So those are the properties. You can shrink if you will make it 90%, so it will be something like here. If you make it 110%, it will be something like here at this place. Okay, so let's make it 110 and let's see how it goes. Press space again. Okay, so we didn't want it in this way. Let's press Ctrl Z and let's make it 110 this way. Press space. Okay, well that is good, but that's too much. Let's make it 102. We actually want it in this way, but okay, so it should be 100. Yeah, you see now we are seeing much more details here. This looks pretty good, I think. Now what we can do, we can simply click this guy, Control C and Control V, bring it to this side, and you can see we have it here. So let's move it to this side, bring it in the place. Actually, this is fine, this will be fixed in a couple of seconds. But before we simulate again, select this guy and freeze it. So whenever we simulate again, this doesn't get disturbed. Now let's press space and you will see this guy getting fixed. Perfect. All right. Looks cool. I think 102 is too much. Let's make it 101. Yeah, I think pretty good. Select and freeze. Select, unfreeze, and again 101. Space again. Perfect. Space again to stop the simulation. Right click and freeze it. So this part is almost complete. In next couple of seconds we'll be making the similar thing in the back, and then we'll make the side cushions as well. So see you in the next video. Alright, welcome back again. So in this video we'll be making this back side in the same way we did the front side. Just click here, Control C, Control V, and paste it. So we have it here. Just select this guy and rotate it by pressing Shift. So here we don't have T for top view, F for front view, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So at the 5 you will see a top view. Just bring this guy here and bring it down. Press 5 and move it slightly backwards. And slide it slightly downwards again. Select this guy here and press unfreeze. And let's see what we got. Perfect. Now you see this is the shorter. This side is shorter. So what we can do, we can simply grab this guy here and see. Alright, now that's something not very good, but let's press space and see how it goes. I think that is gonna be tricky part, but what we can do, we can select this edit sewing, select this sewing and press delete. So it will let the fabric fall freely because we have deleted the sewing. Okay, now I think we have a little big here. Let's make it short. Okay, cool. And make this side slightly bigger. Let's hit space again and see. Hold your horse, boy. Press Ctrl Z and press space. Step by step. Okay, just zoom it a little bit and move this guy slightly a bit. Okay, hold on for a moment. Control Z. Just zoom in a little bit more. Okay, hold on. Control Z and let's press space again and move this guy slightly backwards, very carefully, not too much, so it goes inside the pipe. Very carefully. Okay, I think seems good. The only thing now, we can increase light and press space. Zoom it a little bit. Move it a little bit more. And I think we are pretty much done. Looks good to me, being honest. Next step, come to this side and extend this guy here a little more, little back. Okay. So I just press space for simulate and a little bigger. Now I think good. Space again. Little more. Perfect. Looks good. Now let's see you. Boom. Press space again. And here we go. We are all good. Wow. The next step is I would like to select this guy here and make this guy, let's make it 102 and see. Yeah, I think we are getting good details. Let's select this guy and freeze. So the main parts of our, you can say, this chair are done. Now we will be making this guy which is inside. So hope to see you in the next video. Hey, back again. I hope you must have been enjoying this course so far. So let's get started with the rest of the material. I would preferably make this guy here now and then rest of the things. So let's move all of these to the side. As I explained you don't have to worry about like if you move anything here or if you rotate anything here, nothing will be impacted on this side. So this is just 2D visualization of whatever fabric we have it here. This part is in always in the plane form. You cannot create box or sphere or any 3D object. This is just a 2D of the fabric, whatever we want. So let's select sorry, in this button let's select the rectangle, or the shortcut key is S, and simply you can drag and drop, or what else you can do is you can simply click here and enter the values of 75 by 75. If you remember, we created the box 75 by 75. So let's select this guy and rotate it and move it to back side and move it a little down up to here. So we might need a little bit adjustment, like a very slight, as you can see here, this is getting inside, but once we simulate, this thing will be gone. But as a precaution, let's select this and make it slightly smaller so we can adjust it properly. Perfect. Now Control C, Control V. Okay, we have this fabric here. Move it up. You have to make sure the back side, the dark side, is always inside. Right now it has white which is inside. We cannot see this, it will create a huge problem. So just press shift and rotate. Now you can see all the white sides are outside. Move it more upside. Perfect. Okay, now I'm going to do one thing for my ease, because there is a lot of fabric around. So I am selecting these both and just click here and move it upwards. Perfect. So I moved these guys together up so I can stitch them easily. So click on segment sewing. So stitch this guy with this guy, this guy with this guy, this with this, and this guy with this guy. So if we press space, you will see boom. All right. So we don't need it right now, but let's do space, and we need something here. All right. I press space again to stop the simulation, and now I will select both of them and move down here. Okay, the top part here. Now select the bottom part and move it down. Alright, cool. Press space again, and here we go. Perfect. I really like it. So the next part is, you can see these silly corners. So we need to fix them. Well, we need to get this guy out, because otherwise it's gonna mess all the time. So before we do that, let's select these two guys and press 8 as a particle distance. And now if you press space again, I hope it will be fixed. Okay, let's press Ctrl Z for a couple of times. And now select these two and press enter the value for 8. Now I hope it will not blend with the other fabric. I hope so. Yeah, a little bit, but much better. So it will be fixed with a couple of seconds. Okay, we have this guy here as well. So what we can do, we can select this guy, unfreeze, and this guy, press unfreeze. This will help to actually repel the fabrics outside, and they will not be interacting a lot, or they will not be getting merged with each other. So you can see here. So that's something which we really wanted. I think now we can select and we can freeze, select and freeze. And now let's smooth out these corners, you know. So I will long press on this guy here, and there is an option smooth curve. Let's make this to 5. 5 and 5. 5. 5. 5. 5, and lastly, so it doesn't have to be very precise. It can be like 5.1, 4.9. That's totally fine. Let's press space again. And boom. So I think it looks good to me. The next thing I would like to do is I would like to, you can say, add the 105 as a shrinker weft on the upper part, and let's freeze this guy, the bottom one, and only keep the upper one active. Let's see how does this go. I press space to simulate. Okay, not a big difference. Select again. Let's make it 110. Space again. Okay, 120 maybe, or 130. And yes, we are seeing some good results. So 130, I think it's too much. Let's make 150, 115. Press space again. All right, that is something, the detail we wanted a little bit. Now I will select and freeze this guy. Okay, so we are facing some issues in the back, so do the same. Unfreeze. So, and hold on. Select this guy and unfreeze. The bottom guy also unfreeze. But we have to do one thing. We have to disable this thing. Let's make it 100, otherwise the bottom part will be dragged or saggy, you can say. So once the back side is fixed, yeah, as it is getting fixed, we can then enable that again. All right, I think that is part is good. Select, freeze, select, freeze, and 115. Space. So you have to do a lot of practice while understanding where to press space, where to not. Just because you can see I do this thing very quickly. So 130. Okay, too much. Press space. 115. Press space again. Okay. Okay, now there is a type of fabric actually we can change, and you can see that effect will come with the help of fabric. So click on the fabric. So by default it is a default fabric, but you can change. So I prefer going with knit cotton rayon jersey. These are the templates. How fabric will react like a you can say as a leather, as a nylon, as a denim, or what kind of thing. So I selected knit cotton rayon jersey, and you can see we started getting some details. Select this, make it 120 maybe. Press space. Let's add a little bit of pressure. If you add two, once again, I have briefly explained these settings in the previous course. You can go and you can check. That is a sofa course, and that's totally free as well. You can understand what does pressure means, how does this work. All right, boys, hold your horses. maybe reduce the pressure as well. So you can use these settings. You can see shrinkage 120, and I will freeze this guy here. Select this, unfreeze, and now if we increase the shrinkage, let's say make it 120, it will fall down. You will see. You see it's getting little saggy, which is fine somehow. Maybe we can go with this, select and 25. But this should not be very saggy, but anyhow, this will work for us, being honest. This is fine. So let's try another fabric and see if that works for us. That should be nylon mat. Well, I don't like this rough details. I hope nylon mat will look good, but no, that's also not looking very good. So let's get back to knit cotton rayon jersey. I think that's pretty better. Let's select and make it 120. So remember, I'm not adding any pressure here. This tiny detail is fine. Let's freeze this, select this. Okay, no, sorry, freeze this guy, select this, unfreeze. And let's make it 115. Press space. Okay, that went very quickly. So space 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Okay, I think now this is good. We have the details, but not that bad looking. I froze it. I'm pretty satisfied with what we have right now. Alright, so in the next video we will be making these sides. So see you. Hey, back again. So in this video, in this lecture, we will be making this side cushions. So let's select these two guys, move them here, and let's zoom it a little bit. Okay, we have it here. Press shift and rotate it, so we can rotate it exactly on the 90 degrees. Move it a little bit down. Okay. Okay, let's Control C, Control V. rotate this bottom guy so we have the black part inside. Press shift to rotate it very precisely, move it up like this, and let's start stitching. Okay, now let's select both of them, and for now let's make it 12, and if we later on realize, we can increase, press space, and here we go. Well, that is not very good. Let's increase the distance to 10. Sorry, decrease, and move this guy, the upper guy, a little up, and press space. Okay, now at this point, what I would like to do, I would select this guy, these both guys, and increase the pressure to maybe 3, press space, and see how it goes. Okay, I think the pressure is too much. Let's stop the simulation and decrease the pressure from 3 to 1. Okay, one more thing. Let's select this guy, the bottom guy, and increase the pressure to 5. So it will stick to the walls like this. So let's see. Okay, I think we made this guy too big. So let's press Ctrl Z once more. And maybe let's reduce it from here. Okay, one thing. So I am going to rotate this guy here. So when I select and I reduce them, both sides should be reduced equally. Either it is this side or that side. So fine, 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 press space. Okay, you remember we reduced the pressure to 1, and this bottom part pressure was from 1 to 3 or maybe 5, but let's see. Okay, this guy's pressure should be the bottom part, make it 2, upper part 1. Let's see how it goes. Let's make upper part 2, the bottom part 3. Let's see. And maybe let's make it little big this side. Whenever I do this kind of adjustment, I make sure to give a little resimulation so that everything settles down easily. So I have stopped the simulation and I will move both these front side. All right. So one thing I am realizing that okay, what we can do for now, I am going to, maybe we can do it later, but I was thinking to if we can delete this guy and move this little downward. But we'll face the consequences here. So in order to do that, what we can do, we can come back to 3ds Max, delete this guy, and save again. Sorry, export again, and we call it export frame only. Export as obj and save. Export. And now if we come back to Marvelous Designer, file, import add, make sure import add and export frame only. So perfect, everything is perfect, but the only thing which is gone, that is the cushion guy. So right now we have only the fabric, not the guy which we just deleted. So I will select this fabric since it is frozen, so it will not make a big difference, and I moved it down so I can adjust this guy a little bit, which we have at the top. Yeah, so this is pretty fun. If you have a very good computer, believe me, it takes really good amount of time, but it's worth it. Believe me, I really enjoy doing it. So maybe we can move it a little bit more down. Oh yeah. And give this guy pressure of 4 maybe, so that it can stick more towards the walls. And this guy we can make it 3. And now I think if we increase it a bit, it's gonna be a problem. I'm just pressing Ctrl Z, and I'll select this, freeze, select this guy, make this guy 105, space again, okay. I think reducing the pressure will help us. Oh yeah, looking better. So just Control C, Control V. Alright, perfect. So just move it here and just rotate it because that side was the other side. Hold on, press 5 from the top view, select this guy, and we rotate it like this, move it, and 5 again, space again, okay. Just select this guy, unfreeze it, and let it settle. So meanwhile, I think we should freeze this guy so it doesn't take part in the calculation. Doesn't need a lot of brain of the computer. And I think this is good. Select both of these, freeze. So maybe we can just select this both, unfreeze, and let it simulate to settle for a couple of seconds so the both sides look equivalent. Sorry. Yeah. So let's freeze it again. And now the final game. Yeah. This backside. So let's create it in the next video and talk soon. Alright boys and girls, I hope you must be enjoying this course so far. So in this video we will be making this backside. It's pretty simple as we did previously. Let's move these guys here and let's create a rectangle. Alright. So as you can see, there is a lot of fabric now, so it's getting little, you know, lazy. Pressed 5 for the top view, brought it here, somewhere here, and make it little taller. Select long press Z, and little taller. Okay. Yeah. So after that, let's press Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and rotate this guy here. Move it slightly backward to the right. Good. Select this guy, both, move upward, and let's start welding. Alright, this is stitched. Let's select this guy, let's make the distance 8, and let's make the pressure maybe 2, and slide it downwards, sorry. Alright, move it a little up. Okay. I think we made it too much taller. Select this guy, make it short. So make sure it is shortened equally. Let's press space now. And boom. So it is good, but thing is, let's move it up and press space again. So at this point, I would recommend, first of all, let's see, we have pressure of 2. Let's make it maybe 3. So remember, I just increased the pressure of the back side only. Okay, let's increase it to the 5 so it can go upward towards this cushion. It will take a couple of seconds to adjust, I think, but let's keep waiting. Alright, I think let's stop the simulation and let's decrease the pressure from 2 to 1 and simulate again. I think that's good. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's fine. Now let's select this guy and freeze it, and maybe this guy add 102 and maybe 105. Press space to get more creases and detailing. And yeah, we succeeded. We got some details. So I hope you really liked this tutorial. If you have any questions, please make sure to DM me. And yeah, let's get this out from Marvelous Designer to 3ds Max. So what I'm gonna do, I am going to select all the fabrics and file, export obj selected, make sure. And here we will call it final fabric export. Okay, just don't touch anything, make sure you have centimeters here and press OK. I think that's pretty much it. So now we'll go to 3ds Max, done, click file, import, merge, and we must have that in, just select all files, and we have final fabric export obj. Just double click on this and you will perfectly have everything in place. Yeah, that's magic. That is magic, you know. So last thing, let's freeze this guy. Everything is frozen. Maybe we can try something different. Let's try a rectangle. Cool. The particle distance should be like 12. and hit space again. Just give it a couple of seconds, it will settle down, no need to worry about. But that's something I wanted to create, like a kind of throw. Let's make it a hit. So let's try to do some faster simulation with the help of GPU, and I hope it will work perfect. Yeah, this was cool. So, sorry. Let's select this guy here and make it a little thinner. Let's see which size trims. Yeah, that side. That's something what we wanted. Okay, perfect. Space again. Cool. Alright, let's do a little bit of random stuff just to make it look like more natural. So that's something you can see. This is some oddness of the GPU render. We cannot control it, but yeah, that's bad. So once everything is settled down, maybe we can do the normal, and then it will be fixed immediately. And here we go. Maybe in the GPU, so we can drag this guy a little bit here so that it looks random, and let's do normal render for a couple of seconds. Okay, I think I'm satisfied with this. So let's select this guy, file, export, OBJ selected, and we call it throw. Export, 3ds Max, file, import, merge, and throw. Leave all settings import. Here we are. Perfect. So let's save this file and let's call it maybe lecture 9. Okay, the only last step is left where we will be uh, unwrapping everything. That is very necessary step if you are going to apply the fabric material specifically. That will be like 4-minute tutorial or even lesser, but that is important step. So see you in the next video. Alright, as discussed in the last video, that will be doing unwrapping. That is a necessary step. Basically that will be peeling off the everything we created, and it will create a plain maps like these ones which we had. So whatever we write over there or whatever material we apply on these planes, that should be displayed. That is very necessary step. So I am going to select all of them and press Alt here, then right click, convert to editable poly, and yeah, and then apply unwrap UVW modifier. So here it is. Okay, then open UVW editor and simply click on this guy here, pack. It is gonna take a couple of seconds and everything is in place. So to confirm that if we have right UVs, just zoom this guy in and texture pattern or checker pattern. So you will be able to see everything is in place. Just close this guy and now your model is ready to apply the material. So let's save this guy as a lecture 10. All right, that is cool. You can simply apply the materials from the Corona material library. Again, I have this library material and material making video in another tutorial. I hope you will enjoy learning it, and please visit my profile and you will find bunch of tutorials, amazing tips and tricks, and I hope you enjoy this learning, and I hope it can be somehow beneficial for your professional career and your life. So until next video, I would like to say goodbye. Please watch the next video, that is a bonus video that also has a lot of information about this whole modeling process. I hope you will enjoy that as well.